Oh, what is going on, guys? Today I have a video to you on how to get good at Infinite Warfare, or if you're good already, if you want to improve, strive for better. Then in this video I'm gonna tell you how to get better. Now this is kind of a controversial subject, as there's many different areas that people can look at and say you can improve on this and that. But I'm going to go over the basics for those that possibly aren't too familiar at Call of Duty. And there's Infinite Warfare. The beta is arriving, and the Infinite Warfare looks very similar between a mixture of Black Ops 3 and Ghost. I believe I can give you a good insight into how to get good at Infinite Warfare with some experience playing previously from events. So if we just go over some basic things now. As always with every game, you have 10 to 12 various maps. Make sure you learn the map layouts. Now this it sounds pretty basic, however some of the more advanced routes people might be not aware of, possibly some high ground wall runs, maybe some underground wall runs which are a lot lower. If you can use these to your advantage, you can get behind the opposition, the enemy, very easily, and that could lead to a lot of kills, especially when you're playing smarter than your opponent. Second one, this is something that takes a lot longer to learn, is make sure you try and learn the spawns of the map. If you don't understand the flow of the map, if you don't understand where the enemy are spawning based on your position, then you're gonna have a hard time playing, only because 95% of the time you're playing without a UAV or an advanced UAV as it is in Infinite Warfare. You're going to need to kind of predict where the enemy are going to be. Now if you don't know the spawns, then this is going to be almost impossible, and you'll be getting killed and wondering why all the enemy players know where you are but you don't know where they are. It's because that they know the spawns and you don't. Now in terms of class choice, in general, obviously we have the submachine guns, we have the light machine guns, we have shotguns. Shotguns are for very close ranges. Submachine guns are for low, close to medium ranges, kind of in between that area. LMGs often for medium to long ranges. Now assault rifles primarily are medium range weapons, which means that they are often the most versatile out of all weapons. So you can often kill people at close ranges as well, based on what sort of weapon there is, and you can kill people at longer ranges again based on the sort of assault rifle there is. So assault rifles are generally the way to go because they are most versatile in most situations, and you can take enemies out with ease with the assault rifle. As obviously if you have a submachine gun, you're not going to be able to kill people halfway across the map, unlike with a single shot assault rifle. You can take people out halfway across the map. Now, in terms of play styles, you might often be a player that plays really aggressive, although you might be a player that plays really slow. What I suggest you do, guys, just mix it about, try different play styles, because if one isn't working for you, if playing aggressive isn't working for you, then playing a lot slower, sitting back using an assault rifle might be the better option. Especially that was the case for me in the past Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I often started the game very aggressive, didn't work out. However, I ended up playing more of a slower play style, and I ended up getting a lot better through that, and then I could start to play a little more aggressive and pull off those good clips, great streaks, etc. So try with different play styles until you feel comfortable with all of them. Now another simple one for those that are struggling on how to improve Infinite Warfare, well, make sure you play with mates. Now mates, friends, they will call out for you. They will let you know when they die where the enemy will be, where the enemy is advancing. And it's a really easy way, it's an easy UAV technically at all times, especially if you're playing with a group of 6. They're just going to be letting you know every time where the enemy is. Even if they don't get the kill, even if they don't die, they will still tell you. And it's important because when you're playing with mates, you're having fun as well. It's really simple, you're having fun, you're going to be playing well, simple as that. When you're playing alone, You know, if the atmosphere isn't lit, then maybe you're not going to be enjoying yourself, and when you're not enjoying yourself, you're not playing well. Simple as that. Now, if we, you know, in terms of options with the controller in game, now for those starting off with Call of Duty and that want to improve Infinite Warfare, play with a lower sensitivity. And this sounds pretty obvious, but it's not, because those that struggle to handle the recoil, which aren't familiar with the Call of Duty recoil patterns, start with a low sensitivity. Your aim is going to be very, very good compared to those that run on the highest sensitivity. They're going to struggle getting their aim down on the target, and you know, almost everyone could benefit from using a lower sensitivity. However, if you feel like, you know, higher sensitivity will benefit me more, as obviously Infinite Warfare is a similar game to Black Ops 3 in terms of, you know, wall running, being in the air, being more versatile, then, you know, you can try about just find the right sensitivity for you. But those that are starting off with Call of Duty, mate, just, you know, start with a low sensitivity and then build your way up if need be. Now, if we move on to, you know, your creator class, your kill streaks, with kill streaks, what you want to do, generally, you know, start off with low streaks, because you know, you're not going to jump straight onto Infinite Warfare, be like, you know what, I'm going to get this, you know, insane streak. It's not going to happen like that. You're going to have to start low, build your way up. Once you know how to get your streaks, then you can aim for your higher streaks, because in general, you know, once you can reach out UAV, and again, you know, all that practice getting the UAV, knowing how to play, then, you know, it might get a bit boring. You'll know how to get your streaks. You can aim for higher streaks then and progress on from there. As well, in terms of, you know, movement, and like I said, the versatility of Infinite Warfare, you can jump around in the air, etc., wall run, and slide and all that. Now, when you're in a gunfight, if you feel comfortable enough, make sure you make the most of the movement. This not only, if anything, it can make your aim a little more shaky, but it makes them a lot harder to win their gunfights. You know, if you're coming up 1-to-1 on the ground, you know, it could be a 50-50, you know, who wins the gunfight. However, if they're on the ground, you have that height advantage from either jumping or wall running. They're not necessarily going to expect you up there. You can take them out easily, and then if they start shooting you on the wall, jump off the wall, they're not going to expect it, and you'll get the kill nicely. Now, if we go besides the game, the thing with you know, equipment and all that, you know, it's really a debate of what you want to use, and obviously I'm not saying you have to get it, but, you know, every little bit does help. If you're playing out of your TV audio, you're going to struggle to hear, you know, necessary, you know, detailed sounds. You're not going to be, you know, your aim might not be on point, and all those bits and bobs to your advantage. So, you know, buying a good headset is always vital to making sure you can hear enemy footsteps, sorry, because you know, they might be sneaking up behind you. They might not, you know that you're necessarily there, but you might hear their footsteps. You can turn around, you can prone, you'll take them out easily. You know, good thing having a headset, just kind of gives you that good, you know, 360 degree sound. It's really good. Now, if we look at the controllers, and these can be very expensive. SCUF controllers, obviously, for those which I suggest, if you're a pretty, you know, average player, if you have that money left over, a SCUF controller are absolutely amazing. I will leave a link in the description down below. Technically 2 panels on the back, and instead of, you know, possibly jumping and then aiming with your right thumbstick, sorry, you can actually use the trigger on the back with your middle finger, for example, to jump, and then you can aim at the same time as well. Makes it very good. And in terms of aim, which I will get onto your how to improve your aim video, I will there's a thing such called Control Freak. Now, Control Freaks, they provide better grip on your controllers, especially in terms of the thumbsticks, and there are a few other places that often provide grips to the controller, so you have a more comfortable feel. But Control Freaks are very good because they vary in size, and it will enable you, choose what size you want, what you're most comfortable with. It will give you more specific, detailed aiming down, because obviously for a larger thumbstick, you're gonna have to move it less to aim less. So technically, it just allows you to have better, more specific aim, a lot more comfortable, a lot more grip, and overall, just a better experience. And that is really all for today, guys. Not too much to talk about, just a few bits that hopefully you have found useful, and hopefully you can raise your KD, get better Infinite Warfare, and have a more enjoyable experience. So like I said, guys, that is all for today. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, guys. I've enjoyed making this video. I just want to help you guys out and get better at the game. So thanks all for watching, guys. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.